Storm Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have some incredibly quiet conditions across the entire state of Michigan this Thursday morning. A little bit of cloud cover across mid-Michigan, but notice there is some clearing off to our west. That is going to be moving in as we go throughout the rest of the day today, so still plenty of sunshine in the forecast. We're up to 67 degrees right now in Lansing and Mason, 61 over in Ann Arbor. Happens to be the cool spot across the region this Thursday morning, and 65 degrees over in Jackson. As promised, there's plenty of sunshine to look forward to as we go throughout the rest of the day. Rain chances, however, will be increasing over the course of the next few days. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News This Morning.
A Lansing family now without a home after a fire broke out inside of theirs overnight. Good morning. Today is Thursday, August 7th. I'm Megan Vaselli.
Good morning. I'm Kirk Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us. 6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories.
The fire happened at a home on Todd Avenue near the corner of Smith Avenue, a few blocks west of South Washington.
The Lansing Fire Department says the call came in just before 11 o'clock last night. When crews got to the home, they saw smoke pouring out of the attic.
And 6 News was at the scene and also saw heavy smoke and flames coming from the house. There was a large response from the Lansing Fire Department, and it took hours before firefighters were able to get the flames under control. We're told the damage to the home is extensive, displacing the family who lives there. 6 News talked with someone at the scene who said it's her grandmother's house. Crews say no one was hurt, and they're still trying to figure out how the fire started.
We have an update this morning in the criminal case against a man charged in that mass stabbing attack at a Walmart in Traverse City last month. Bradford Gilley will have to now undergo a competency exam. An Emmett County judge made that ruling yesterday, postponing a probable cause hearing. The exam will determine whether Gilley is competent to stand trial, as he faces 11 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of terrorism. Court records show Gilley has a history of mental illness. He is currently being held at the Grand Traverse County Jail and faces up to life in prison if convicted. Meanwhile, 9 of the stabbing victims have been released from hospitals, but 2 are still being treated.
Former Grand Rapids police officer Christopher Schur now seeking to have the records surrounding his high-profile murder case destroyed. Our media partners at MLive report Schur's lawyers filed a motion asking a Kent County judge to remove his arrest records, fingerprints, and biometric data from law enforcement databases. The former officer was charged with second-degree murder for the 2020 shooting death of Patrick Lyoya, stemming from a traffic stop. Back in May, a judge declared a mistrial when the jury was unable to reach a verdict. The prosecutor has since said he will not retry the case.
And we are following a developing story out of Georgia, where investigators are trying to determine how an active-duty serviceman was able to bring his own personal gun onto an Army base before shooting and injuring 5 of his fellow soldiers.
As Wendy Gillette reports, all 5 are expected to survive, and the suspect was taken into custody.
This morning brings a search for answers after an Army sergeant opened fire on his co-workers at Fort Stewart near Savannah, Georgia, Wednesday.
They have an active shooter on Fort Stewart.
5 soldiers were hurt. Fort Stewart's commander said 3 required surgery, though all 5 are expected to recover.
All of the families of the victims have been notified, and we're wrapping our arms around them and ensuring we provide them all the support that we can.
The suspected gunman has been identified as 28-year-old Cornelius Radford, an automated logistics specialist from Jacksonville, Florida. Military officials say he used his personal weapon in the attack, which began just before 11 a.m. on the north side of the installation. Authorities say witnesses tackled and subdued the suspect, who was taken into custody nearly a half hour after the shooting started.
These soldiers, without a doubt, prevented further casualties.
The fort's commander says the Army's Criminal Investigative Division interviewed the alleged shooter. He's currently being held in pretrial confinement.
The perpetrator of this atrocity, which is exactly what it is, will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
The investigation is ongoing. So far, authorities say they do not believe terrorism or extremism played a role in the attack. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Back in mid-Michigan, the search continues this morning for an exotic owl, and wildlife experts in Lansing are asking you to keep an eye out for him. People have spotted this Snowy owl mainly hanging around a lamppost near the US 127 I-496 interchange. We've learned snowy owls are supposed to be in the tundra right now, and they're not used to the summer temps we've been dealing with. 6 News talked with experts at the Wildside Rehabilitation and Education Center who tell us the owl appears to be hurt, probably preventing him from flying back home.
His eye looks blown. And also, while he was standing on the light post, he wasn't putting weight on his left foot. And when he would turn, he was hopping. Okay. So that obviously is a definite indication that this bird is injured.
If you see the owl, call the center right away at the number on your screen. And make sure you do not try to touch or capture him because it's illegal without the proper certification.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Rain chances across mid-Michigan for our Thursday are a lot lower compared to what they were yesterday. However, a 10% chance remains in place across the area just because I can't completely rule out just a couple of isolated sprinkles. Those rainfall totals yesterday were really impressive. Northern sections of Hillsdale County picking up on almost 3.5 inches of rain, 2.5 inches being reported north of the city of Lansing. That's really impressive, not only just because of the totals themselves, but also because the precipitation didn't really stick around for long. This time lapse of our Hillsdale camera yesterday evening only shows that heavy downpour occurring in the downtown region for only right around an hour or so. Again, mostly dry conditions in the forecast for today. However, notice that we do have some moisture off to our west. It's already beginning to break apart, but eventually it's still going to spark the chance for just a couple of sprinkles and maybe a few rumbles of thunder as we move into our Friday morning. Today, though, looks like we will be smooth sailing. Temperatures topping out near 87 degrees. Humidity not going anywhere, so it is going to feel just a few degrees warmer by the time we get into this afternoon and evening. Good news is we do have some cooler temperatures on the way after the 90s this weekend. Mid 80s, but still humid on Tuesday.
I think, isn't the high 89 on Monday?
Yeah.
88.
Yeah.
88 and then 85 on Tuesday, so
what
cooler.
A drop.
I know. Relief
Listen,
is on the way.
I'm not going to complain because come December,
That's
January,
right. That's
February,
right.
I'm going to be crying every day, wishing
come
it were
March,
summer.
when it's
When you're driving in the
Yeah.
middle of a snowstorm still.
Yep, we'll
Don't
miss
jinx
these days.
I won't.
All right, thank you, Kendall. Coming up, changes coming to the Barry Eaton District Health Department that may affect your next visit. We'll explain that in our What's on the Web segment.
Your time is 6:37. Thanks for watching 6 News this morning. We'll be right back.